just recently, I just went on an overland camping trip up near Mammoth Lakes, and we went down to Alabama Hills near Lone Pine. While going on this trip, I knew that I was going to be going up in altitudes as high as 7,000 feet, not really banking on the fact that we're not going to have any internet access. Minus the fact preparing that we're going to experience nights as low as 16 degrees Fahrenheit. Knowing that I was going to freeze my ass off, I knew I wasn't going to have internet access. Everything's starting to steam. Our chair's completely frozen. All the chips are frozen. Oh my god. You guys are probably wondering how I survived. I'll show you. Frozen. Lifesaver. While most likely in the evening when it started to get cold, I was going to spend more of the time inside of the tents. I wanted to have some form of entertainment. So while preparing for this, I wanted to build myself a Jellyfin portable media server that I didn't need internet access to. Now, as much as people would have just loaded the movies onto their hard drive onto their computer, or loaded onto just a portable hard drive and just click and play, this is iTrustStream. We do things over the top, and we wanted to make sure that our interface had a really cool layout. So while mapping out exactly what I wanted to do, I knew I wanted to build a Jellyfin server because you do not need internet access. Prior to this build, I knew that I was going to pick between Plex, NB, or Jellyfin. With Mac OS X, I knew that Jellyfin had a web-based media server. So for me, having Mac OS X as my operating system, I knew that with Jellyfin, it's going to use a HTML web application, not a designated application for that you would just download and it would open up on its own. I knew that I would have to open up the web player to use Jellyfin. Now, when you use the web player, 99.9% of the time you're using internet access. Made me a little concerned on this build. So prior to that, I installed the most stable version of Jellyfin onto my Mac OS X. And when I wanted to do a couple tests of with HTML, technically, you don't need internet access. As long as everything's installed before you leave on your trip, before you leave the internet, you have to install things from Jellyfin, install it onto your computer, and then go on your trip. So make sure you have everything pre-installed before I left. So a couple of the key things that you need to do before building a portable media server with no internet is a couple things. First, you'll need a laptop. You're gonna need a laptop that can actually install the most latest version of Jellyfin or whatever server player of your liking. For me, I was using Jellyfin because it's 100% free and I didn't need to sign up for anything. You can create a username and passcode that will only work on your computer. You're not sharing it with anyone else. You're using it for your own purposes at home. I have a MacBook. I have a 2019 MacBook Pro with the latest current version. Also, like a pair of AirPods that you're wanting to bring. One of the main things that you're wanting is that your majority of your movies, or all of your movies need to be stored on somewhere rather than storing it on and taking up space on your hard drive on your computer. I purchased one of these. This is a Lacy solid state drive external hard drive SSD. The reason why I want to go with a solid state drive is because of its speed. Data transfers between these suckers are really, really good. And for playing movies, what's better than having one of these bad boys connected to your computer? Let me show you exactly what my steps were and what the process is before leaving without having internet access. Here we go. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and turn on the internet real quick. We're gonna go over to jellyfin.org. And jellyfin.org, you can actually go ahead and download one of these web servers for free. And you're gonna go over here to download now. Now, depending on what type of computer that you have, for me, I have a MacBook Pro. I'm gonna be looking for Mac OS X. For me, I would select the most stable version of this. Now, I've done multiple other versions, but for what I'm needing, I'm just going to use the most stable. Now, if you are Windows on PC, you can also install one of these. There are multiple versions. I haven't personally tested out exactly which would be the most fastest. Make sure to go ahead and install what would best fit your needs. It's going to bring up these options. So for me, I'm going to take the very, very top one. Once you click save, it's going to go begin to install. So I already have this one right here previously installed. Now, once you have everything installed, I'm going to go ahead and turn off my internet. Click clear. I'm going to go ahead and turn off Wi-Fi, and I'm going to go to Google, just to make sure you're not connected to the internet. So I'm going to go ahead and close that one out. I'm going to actually close out both. So I loaded right here. Again, most people know once you purchase a movie, if you have movies that you have purchased or you have downloaded, you can load them onto your hard drive. So one of the first steps that you're wanting to do is that you're going to make different categories. So you're going to have I have two categories right here, and I have movies and TV shows. These are just settings. So you would go ahead and open up a new folder, and you would create like cartoons or whatever for your kids. So you create different type of categories and load your movies into that category. So for me, for my movies, I just loaded a couple on here just for reference. I move movies on and off the hard drive. So I just loaded a bunch of little things right here, like American Made, Ocean's 11, Rocky, a couple of the classic Ninja Turtles, Midnight Sky is a new one. So I just loaded a couple movies for this demonstration. So for this demonstration, again, these are all movies that I have purchased and I own outright. I'm going to go ahead and click back. So now that I have my three categories, I have movies, TV shows, and cartoons. I am just for this demonstration using the movies. This is something that you have to do before you leave. Now, to use the web application, HTML application, and I'm going to go ahead and save this address. This address is going to be inside of the description below, or you can email me. I can send it to you, but it's very, very simple to do. I made a bookmark. So I'm going to go over to my bookmarks, select on Jellyfin. It is a local host. So this is the web address that you would need. It's localhost : 8096/web/index.html. Very key point. !/home.html. This is an HTML web address. So look, there is no internet and it loads right up. Look, once you have your username complete, I have my name right here. Username, Zachary's MacBook. I'm going to go over to libraries. So libraries would be the place to where you start connecting your portable media. This is where you're going to connect your movie libraries. You're going to open up Add Media Library. You're going to click on that. You're going to click on what type is this? Well, I want movies. Select movies. Display name will be just movies, but you can actually name it whatever you want. You can select or you can type in 4K movies. But for me, I'm just going to use movies. You're going to click the plus sign on folders. Now you're going to scroll down to find your hard drive. Now it's going to be /volumes/Lacy SSD 5 terabytes. That is my hard drive. I'm going to select that. It's going to open up the folders, and I'm going to find my movies. I'm going to select movies. And once you start to see your movie list load, you're good to go. All you got to do is press OK. Press OK. Now you have your category. You can do this as many times as you need to select different type of categories or separate your movies into different categories. So you can go to and add another movie. I can do the TV shows, do the same process, but I don't have any TV shows loaded on here for this demo. But so I'm going to go ahead and select back. Now that I have my movies, you're going to select scan all libraries. So right here, you start to see that all these movies doesn't have any of its backgrounds, its cover art, any of that. So what you're going to do, you're going to go over here to the 3 bars on the left-hand side. Make sure your internet is on. You're going to go over to dashboard. You're going to go over to libraries. And then you're going to select right here, scan libraries. So you go over here to refresh mode and you replace all metadata right here. Replace existing images, yes. So right here in metadata. Click refresh and give it a second. And look at that. It just started loading the movies, the backgrounds, the theme songs. You can go over to your movie and press play. Now it's going to press play. Wait, before we do anything, let's go ahead and turn off the internet. Now the internet is off. Remember, this will also update. So if you notice that this cover art hasn't been done, you can go over here, refresh metadata, go down to replace all metadata. And then you can hit the refresh button. And then now look, see, now it loaded some cover art here. So while you have all of this, you can turn off your internet, turn off the Wi-Fi. Now Now you're about to head out for your trip. You have all of your cover art that you want to load. If you want to select your movie, again, no internet, because all of the stuff is on your hard drive. Press play, and then your movie will play. That's going to wrap up for today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you guys are new, make sure to hit that like and subscribe and turn on post notifications so you never miss out on the video. This is iTrustStream. Until the next one, I'll talk to you guys later. Late.